I've got 2 minutes-ish before Maggie gets here. So I'll make one small video more. I want to think that I'm capable of anything, right? I want to think, and I do believe that. I've told myself that for years now, for 6 years now, and I can do anything. But then I think about the stuff that I'm doing and the patterns that I'm starting to see with my success and failures, and I don't necessarily doubt, but I also don't necessarily know how to change some of the things that I'm doing so that more success comes from them. I'll use Student Federation, for example. Or I'll use school, for example, because it's a lot more relatable to anybody out there. Where I'm getting good grades and I'm doing it, all on my own dime. I'm not cheating. I'm not doing any of that stuff, mostly. But it's doing it all and doing it all well. But at the same time, as I listen to what other people are doing, they're all 4.0 students, and they're all, I've done exactly and checked every single box and whatnot and all these things, and I sit there like, I haven't, I've checked a bunch of boxes, but I'm not a 4.0 student, and I'm not the perfect student ever, and I don't have the perfect pedigree and the perfect everything like so many other students have. And I look at that and I think, is that going to bite me in the butt? Is that going to be what gets me let's just say I can't fly and I want to apply to med school? Will I get into med school? I had a conversation with Maggie about this, and she wouldn't admit to it, and I hope she doesn't see this, but I don't think she really thinks that I would get in, and I don't think that her parents think that I would get in. And if they don't think that because her parents are physicians, then who am I to say, I'm going to get in because I'm successful and I work hard? Well, okay, no, maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I actually wouldn't do it. And I don't know. I've worked harder than anybody else. And if that, if I get to the end of it and all of a sudden it's all for naught, it's all for nothing, then what the heck? I've wasted 6 years of my life for doing all of these things. And I don't know. I'm having a tough time right now with that concept and that thought. And I know I'll be successful, at least I tell myself that, but I don't know that. Nothing's guaranteed. And I think if I don't change some habits, I have a lot of good habits, but I've had a lot of bad habits. I have a lot of bad habits too, and I don't change them, it's going to be bad. So, we'll see.